everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am here with another plan with me. I know I wasn't here last week. I'll get into the reason why. I was very hesitant on doing any filming this week, and I'll get into the reasons why. Okay, so I have a couple of weeks that I need to catch up on. So I've got to fill in this spread. I need to fill in this spread. But we're currently on Sunday right now. So I'm doing good. I'm fine. This will be this upcoming week. And while it is not truly back to school time for me and the kiddos yet, I have so many Halloween kits to use that I gotta get my back to school kits done. So we actually don't go back to school until September. So I do have to get my act together this month. To get it all, our schoolroom all situated. It's just, we have everything downstairs where they're going to be doing school. So we have a full basement. My office takes up all of the rooms, and then the very center, which you would consider, I guess, a family room. It's quite huge, and that's going to be our schoolroom. So everything is down there. We have the bookshelves. We got some more bookshelves. We just need to get everything put in its correct spot. So I'm digging this box right here with all of the books. So yeah, I just kind of have to turn to this month and get that all organized, and then we will be ready to start our school year, which I'm really excited for. It'll be my oldest son's junior year. Second, he'll be a freshman. Third will be seventh grade, and then the youngest will be heading into fifth. So yeah, I'm excited. I cannot believe I have all these older kids to do school with. So it's really exciting. But I do have a few back to school kits that I want to use and everything. So yeah, I will share as we start to get into our school year. I will share how we organize everything, how I balance it, work in the shop and doing that with them. And it's because they're older. If I had younger kids, I would not be able to do the shop as much as I do. But because they are older, a lot of it is okay, hey, you have to do this work. You have to do the research of it. Oh shoot, I forgot my tweezers. Shoot, they are upstairs. I have another project going on upstairs that I am currently doing, and my tweezers are up there. So we're just gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way because I don't have another set of tweezers. I need to get another set. My kids so I had 2 black sets of tweezers, and my kids took those tweezers and demolished the tips of them. I was like, oh my gosh, kids, yeah, we don't do this. You have to, oh wow, that's a really crooked one. Let's see if I can get this up and get this a little bit more not crooked. We're taking it back old school where you had to put everything down with your fingers. It just wasn't very well planned. So, but yeah, because I have older children, a lot of it is okay, here's the setup, here you do the work, then we have discussions, and then I go through and I check work and I ask further questions. And so a lot of it is more independent study type aspects. So not as involved as it was when they were in elementary, and especially in younger elementary when they were learning how to read and write and spell. All that stuff is a lot easier to manage now that they're older. So yeah, so that is on my agenda for the month of August. We will be starting the Monday after Labor Day, possibly. We currently have a little summer school activities going on and stuff. So my husband set that up with the kids and got them going, and that has helped. You know, it's actually kind of backfired in some ways, because do you remember when we were younger and like the summer times, and especially if you were a latchkey kid, the summertime came around, there was no school, you got to stay home, watch all the TV and do all the things you wanted. As you know, like some of that is like rite of passage, and just because we homeschool doesn't mean that we're constantly in, you know, a school environment or learning environment. Yes, you can learn any time of the year, but sometimes, you know, for summer and to have kind of that whole vacation aspect, you know, I let my kids do it. I treat it more like when I was a kid and I was a latchkey kid. Like, hey, you guys have to figure out your own lunches. You got to get up, get dressed, get your chores done, you know, things like that. But you're kind of free to, you know, go hang out with friends, go outside and play, you know, whatever you want to do, right? Like that whole rite of passage aspect when it comes to, you know, summertime. But they were just getting bored with everything that they have. They're getting bored. And I'm just over here like, really, guys? I'm like, I was bored, but I was never like bored to the point that I needed my parents to like entertain me. And I'm like, I'm not going to entertain you this summer, you guys. That's just not going to happen. You all are old enough to entertain yourselves. We have puzzles. You guys have video games. Bake some cookies, for heaven's sake. Some of you like to bake. I would like some cookies and stuff. And they've just been super bored. And I'm just like, what is going on this summer? And so my husband was like, you know what? Let's do kind of a little summer school thing. This is what you guys are going to do every morning, you know, and then come the afternoon, then you guys can do that. And let me tell you, while the first week, it was great. They were really engaged. They stayed out of my hair. They knew exactly what to do. Second and third week, they're like, yeah. I mean, they're doing it, but then now they're like so bored because their minds have been, you know, back into that schooling mode. They're like, can we go someplace? And we do a lot of field trips. We love to go do field trips. And my husband loves to take them out, go hiking, do all those things, right? Man, they are bored out of their minds. They are like, can we please go somewhere? I do want to do all the sticky notes. I wonder if I have a peach color. I'm pretty positive I have a peach color. At this point in time, I am pretty sure that I have a peach color. Let's see. Yeah, see, there it is right there. Now, do I have the sticky note? That becomes a problem because I don't think I have the sticky note for this one because it is, man, this is, yeah, I have one sticky note left. Wow, I hope I have replicated that peach somewhere. So yeah, they're just kind of bored out of their minds, and I'm like, guys, you're gonna be fine. It looks to be a little too dark. Yeah, a little too dark. But could work in a pinch if we need it to. What color were all of these? Oh yeah, that was a purple. So yeah, I mean, ooh, that one looks kind of nice. Nope, too dark. Oh, so it's kind of backfired. They're now super bored, and by the time they get done with their summer school stuff, they're knocking at my door going, Mom, what can we do? What can we do? And I'm like, guys, I'm at work. I don't know what you can do. Go build a puzzle. I don't know. And they're like, oh, you know, things that kids do. So that's a beautiful orange, but too dark for this one. Of course, I probably will have not replicated that peach color. We're gonna figure it out. So, but yeah, so I'm ready to get back. I'm ready for school to actually get started, like where all the other kids are back, so that we can go explore some more of what Springfield has to offer and stuff. So let's see, that's pretty dark. What was the other color? Yeah, it was a pinkish peach, a corally color. So I like it when the kids are back in school, so that we can be a little bit more relaxed when we take field trips. It's just for my social anxiety and just having all the kids around, it just works better for me. My kids don't care. They'll go out and about, whether it's crowded or whether it's not crowded. Actually, I do have one kid that doesn't like crowds. So, but yeah, so getting ready for school. Okay, so why I wasn't here last week. I came down with like a pretty severe earache. And I'm sad to say that I don't have that peach color. Mental note that I'm going to need to create a lighter peach color for future subs, because I've used up all of my 2018, most of my 2019 subs. Obviously, I have a lot from 2020, 2021, and 2022 and 2023, because I made myself double copies of those, so I have plenty. But yeah, mental note that I need to create a peach color. Okay, let's see. I think I'm gonna do something a little different then. All right, so I started to come down, what was it? It was a couple weeks ago. It was a Thursday night that I did the live for what's it called? The new releases. I started to feel my ear being a little achy. We'd had some pretty good storms come through. The humidity had spiked really, really high. And I don't do very well when the humidity spikes that high, especially when it's been pretty low or dry. So yeah, I was like, crap, and so I kind of, and we had storms bring in a lot of stuff because a lot of people have been having allergies. And so I think this is my way of, how sometimes people can get sinus infections from allergies. I think this is what ends up happening to me. Things come in and I end up getting like earaches and ear infections. So I kind of was like, okay, we'll take it easy Friday. I wasn't feeling all that great. I was a little frustrated with how achy it was and how congested I felt. So I was doing, heat and alternating, ibuprofen and Tylenol, and it was just like, okay, this is going to go away in just a couple of days. That's been my track record. Goes away in a couple of days. Yeah. Saturday morning came and I was in so much pain. I was not okay, and I spent the weekend in bed. I was like, I need to just rest as much as possible because whatever this is not cool. So I would go back to sleep. I was alternating with heat. I started taking, a decongestant. Sunday morning didn't feel good, and I just kept trying to take it as easy as possible. I didn't want to like overwhelm my system. I didn't want to overwhelm myself with everything that needs to be done, because when you have an ear infection and everything's muffled, like, I really hope that I'm speaking at a good level, that I'm not too loud and I'm not too soft, because in my head I sound really, really loud. And when people are like, huh, and I have to get louder, it hurts my head even more. But yeah, so I was like, you know what, we're just gonna, I stayed home from church. I just rested. Monday came and I was starting to feel really good. I was like, yeah, this is how it's supposed to be. And so Monday morning came. I got a lot of work done, got a lot of stuff out and about, and everything. And then Monday night hit and I woke up 2 times in extreme pain. And I was like, crap. this is not okay. So I trudged through Tuesday because I had stuff I needed to get done. I trudged through Tuesday, and Tuesday was not any better. I ended up laying down for a little bit. Wednesday comes, I end up having a meeting that I have to go to last minute. It wasn't a well scheduled out meeting, and so I go, and in this meeting I just end up not doing a lot of talking because I physically can't. It hurts my head to talk, and so I'm just like, and so the meeting went on. I was like, afterwards, I was like, I'm going to urgent care. So we just got everything switched over with our health insurance and figuring everything out. And it's still moving to a new zone for health insurance is 0 out of 10. I do not recommend doing it. Okay. It's been a little bit of a nightmare trying to get everything. So I don't have a primary care provider. So I was like, let's go to, and one of the reasons is because my stuff is not linking up to my husband's profile. So he's the sponsor for the health insurance. My number that I have from them does not pull him up, does not link us up. So it's a lot of filling out extra paperwork. I digress. So yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to urgent care. We're going to get this figured out. We're going to get this situated, and everything. And so I went to urgent care. There was some lovely people in urgent care. It was not packed, which I was actually relatively surprised that it wasn't packed. But we ended up having a guy come in and just raise a ruckus. And I mean, people were just out staring. It was a lovely character situation. So they jumped him in line to get him and his wife in and out and stuff. And yeah, and I was fine with that because I was like, I need him to quiet down. My head hurts. So you go back there, let them know what's going on. They look, she's like, yep, your eardrums look great, but you have an outer ear infection. So you're going to need some antibiotics. And because at that point it had been going on for 6 days, we were like, yeah, let's go ahead and do some antibiotics. So I've been on those I've been on those since this last Wednesday. Currently right now, my right ear feels so much better. It is not 100%. I can tell because I'm still muffled in that ear. However, Saturday night, I started to feel the pangs in my left ear. Sunday morning? No. When did it happen? Because today's Sunday. So it had to have been Friday night. Friday night I woke up. I was woken by pain in my left ear, which obviously is not a good sign. Sorry, my days are merged together, okay? My days are very much merged together. I was woken up by pain, had to jump up, grab some ibuprofen, so that I could get back to sleep, because being woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30 in the morning, no, not great when you want to sleep. And so luckily I have enough ear drops to do both ears. However, it is so muffled. So I have 2 muffled ears, 2 congested ears. It's a nightmare. I'm not exactly a happy camper. Like, I'm not the happiest of campers. But it's to be expected, and stuff. So, I'm hoping that by Tuesday I start to feel a little bit better in that ear, and whatnot. Now that I was able to successfully manage urgent care and the pharmacy, even though we had to jump through some hoops to figure out that I truly do have health insurance, I will be finding a primary care provider this week, because if this doesn't get any better, then I shall go back if they can fit me in. If they can't fit me in, then it's going to be right back to urgent care, because that was the easiest. And that was the easiest and fastest way to go. So, yeah, so that has been that has been my week. I'm alive. I'm okay. I just don't have all the energy in the world to do everything because, you know, clearly my body is trying to fight something and trying to get back to normalcy. And I'm like, you know what? So not cool. But I've heard from a lot of other people that that there's something is going around, that there are many people who have ear infections right now going around. So I feel better knowing that I'm not the only one suffering through this. Not that I want any other person to suffer, but you get what I mean. Like, it's nice to know that this is probably something that has to deal with the weather, something was blown in, all that jazz. And this is probably the way that I love to deal with allergies. Because I don't get runny eyes, I don't get runny noses, I don't get sneezy, but I do know how to throw a good ear infection into the mix. So just saying, I'm thinking that's what I know how to do best. So, but yeah, other than that, things have been pretty quiet around here. I'm trying to think. We went and saw a movie this last week, which I will talk about in the 52 weeks video on Friday. October Horror Box sneaks have started to happen. We're well underway with getting more Halloween kits designed. In fact, that's what this next week is going to be all about. So Monday is going to be a very busy day. So I'm just gonna power through. I had so much fun. I was feeling so good. Was it Friday? I think it was Friday. I was feeling so good. Like, my left ear didn't hurt at all. My right ear was feeling so much better. I didn't get to the full kits, but I did get all of, like, these full boxes done, which is these guys right here, the main, you know, character of the kit. I did get 4 or 5 of those done, which was really great. So this next week is going to be prepping for subs, getting kits done for new releases. So even though I've had this ear infection and all of this, because I worked so hard in July to get so far ahead, I am able to take it just a little bit slower, but I can't take it too slow. Otherwise, I will be behind on for my own schedule. So I'm never truly behind because I have steps, I have a calendar that I keep to, but I am trying to get further ahead. So, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like, when I look at it and I look at it, I'm like, we're not behind. We're right on schedule for what should be done and presented, for this month. However, I want to get a little bit further ahead so that I have a little bit more time to play around with things. It's always nice to be able to play around with things. And to give some more sneak peeks and stuff. So yeah. But so far for this week, I only have 2 videos planned. That's a lie. That's a lie. Hold on, let me look back at my calendar. Okay, so it will end up being 3. Sorry, see, this is how I look at my calendar because I see the dates. So this video will be out this day. We'll have a video there, and then we'll have the sub reveal on Saturday. But that one I don't have to film until, like, the day before, because that's easy peasy lemon squeezy type stuff. All right, let's see. We are about done here. I'm really digging this little alternating layout where, like, one day is either a full color or pattern. I'm really kind of digging that. Like I said, we'd figure it out when it came down to the not having enough of the sticky notes, because I figure it out all the time, and I like to play around with things like this. I like to, you know, what can I do differently? How can I incorporate the stickers differently? All that stuff. So let's see. trying to see what stickers I have left, because I still have the sidebar. I still have the sidebar to do. Yeah, and this one can be just like this. So yeah, we're just trucking along. Vault sale does come up in September, so I have been really having that on my mind, just so that we are very well organized for that one. So yeah, I mean, that one will be, vault sale is always exciting. I am second guessing the colors I chose for the exclusive palette though. So yeah, I always do this. I always second guess myself, because I choose the colors so far in advance, and then I start second guessing myself. It's easier when I've already committed to having washi made, and stuff, because then I'm like, well, nope, these are the colors, because you actually have product that goes with it. You can't change. And I'm actually pretty good about not changing the regular sub up once I pick the colors, which, because it's vault sale, that also is my indicator that it is my time for picking next year's sub colors, and that's always super fun. So I'll give you a little bit of the behind the scenes of how I do it. I go through massive amounts of color palettes, and I then start picking my favorites. And from those favorites, it then starts dwindling down. And once I have about 16 to 18 palettes, I start organizing them into what possible months I would like them for. And then I put them on, I just grab like a sheet of stickies and I drop the colors in there, and then I start printing them, because what's on your screen will always be printed differently on paper, because printers can't capture light, and light makes colors look different. Hence the reason why everybody says, you know, due to individual monitor settings, colors may appear different. It's because you don't have light when you print. Okay, yeah, so that's what we have there. Okay, so so I print them out to make sure that, one, they're not going to be too saturated that they look just black, and two, that they actually look good together printed. You would be amazed that when you see a bunch of colors up on a screen, that once you print it, you're like, no, that doesn't work. That one doesn't really work. It happens more often than you would realize. So, so my endeavor, and usually when that happens, I usually have like my husband go grab me like lunch that day. And then I just stay in my office until I get all of the colors. And there is so much paper going around with prints and stuff, and little notes on here and notes on there. And yeah, it is an endeavor. I think maybe I'll film it this year. Not exactly how I get my color palettes and how I do that, but maybe like the process of the printing and looking at things and stuff like that. I might print that all out, film that, and stuff, so that everybody can kind of just see a little behind the scenes of how, you know, we work through the actual sub colors and everything. So, I really like this. I think this is going to be one of my go-tos that I do, especially because life is going to get really, really busy starting in August as we start to prepare for upcoming sales, Black Friday, end of year stuff, projects, all of that stuff. Having the extra little space, I really, really like. But I like this whole like pattern, color, pattern, color, pattern, color, pattern. I love patterns and I love colors. I mean, are you really surprised? So, all right. So this kit is still up in the shop. You can get it in all three of our formats. The full kit, which has a la carte pages, in case you don't want all of the pages, you can get the mini kit. And because the mini kit is so great, but if there's pages you really, really love from the full kit, you can grab those pages to help augment that kit even further. And then our journaling kit. which can go with either format or by itself. So yeah, I think we're golden. I think we're good. Other than that, if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section below. Give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys around. I'll see you in my next video. Bye now.